You see us right here. You see this chocolate skin and this white face right here. Don't you scroll by this? Don't you scroll by this? Come on in. Come on in. Hey, listen. What if you had the chance to ask a couple who's been married damn near 3 decades? Yeah, anything. Yeah, that's us. Today is your chance, good people, because today we're going to be answering your biggest questions. Y'all been hitting us up. So this show is dedicated to y'all answering your biggest questions about entrepreneurship, love, sex. Yeah, man, we're going to talk about it. So welcome back to another episode of the Married Life Show. I'm your host, FL, founder of the Dirty BU Network. This is my Boo-Thang.
Chandra.
Oh, okay. I see you getting better.
Chandra. I don't know if people can hear me. It didn't really come out.
Come out right. And this is the Married Life, where we slow things down. We recognize our patterns in ourselves and in our relationship. We regulate our body through those emotions. We get a new revelation on what to do different. We build a rhythm around that new revelation and put it on repeat mode. So we can do what, babe?
Fly.
So we can fly together. Man, y'all know I'm a note taker, man. I don't have my physical notes, so I got wifey's phone today, man. Our printer was tripping. But listen, life goes on, right? You regulate, right? And you keep it moving. So listen, man, we want to dedicate this show to answer your biggest questions, man. We've been getting hit up. So we just want to give y'all the sauce. 27 years in, we still learning, we still growing, but we can tell y'all what we do know. Right. So y'all can get up through there. Okay. So listen, man, let's just jump right in. Before we get into it, though, let me tell you our sponsor, good people. Let me tell you our sponsor. I got to find. So this show is sponsored to you by our good friends, Reginald Pratchett and Connects Group. If you're an athlete, creator, or entrepreneur looking to grow your brand, build partnerships, and create more opportunities, Connects Group can help. At Connects Group, they don't just represent talent, they partner with it. So follow at Connects Group, KYNEX Group on Instagram or email Reginald at Connects Group, KYNEX Group.com for more information. That's today's sponsor. Baby, you ready to get into it?
I am.
Ooh, you ready to get into these questions? Like I said, man, we've been getting a lot of emails from y'all. Y'all been hitting us up. We love it. What's the email again?
The THA marriedlife23@gmail.com.
Man, hit us up, good people. This is 27 years, damn near 3 decades. I think we know a little bit.
Time.
Yeah, long time. You over here looking like a snack, by the way. I don't know. We might have to turn this off. All right, man. You ready to get into it? You ready to get into it? Come on, let's get into it. The first question, let's see. Oh, we see this question, man. We get a lot. We get this question a lot, man. Go ahead and ask it. Go ahead and ask it.
Why do we keep having the same argument over and over again?
Why? Why do we? We get this question a lot, though.
Yeah.
So you want to start, or you want me to start, or?
I mean, you better at that side of it than I am.
Well, y'all know, no, not really, babe. But hey, listen, y'all know why you keep having the same argument over and over. Y'all hear me talk about this all the time. Patterns, good people, right? Because the argument is not between two people. No. It's between two nervous system stories, right? So how I would answer that over 27 years, man, one of the things that helped us and me personally is understanding that wifey's nervous system experienced those things differently,
right?
Whatever it is, you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to think about, better words.
From childhood, they're carrying things from childhood, and depending on when they got married, could be their early adult life or a previous. Maybe they're in a second marriage.
Yeah,
they're carrying things from their first marriage.
Yeah, no, real talk. Because what happens is your spouse says something and it triggers you. So that trigger pulls up those outdated survival loops and patterns, right? The story that you hear us talk about a lot, right? Yeah. So you really got to slow yourself down enough when you're in conflict like that with each other, or disagreement. I wouldn't even call it conflict. Yeah, it's just a different, disagreement. But that question, why we argue about this, man, we get that so much. And that's just the answer I always give people. You got to slow yourself down enough to recognize that you're not arguing against your partner.
Right.
It's two nervous systems.
Yeah.
So you gotta, would you say you just gotta listen better in that situation too?
Well, yeah, you got to really recognize first your own pattern.
Yeah.
What is your own pattern? You know, we have to hold ourselves accountable first.
Yeah.
I know I have my own patterns, and then when you say something, I'm like, eh. So I got to recognize my own pattern, number one, and then, you know, is your spouse open to looking at their patterns?
Yeah. No,
I mean, because it is a two-way street. I mean, they both have to be able to look at their own patterns and recognize, oh, I'm feeling like this because of this. You know, they do have to come together in that and recognize their own patterns, and then realize, okay, well, if I feel like I'm in a good space and we have this argument, well, maybe it's because his pattern is triggered, and I got to give him grace in that area.
Yeah, no, real talk, man. You spitting them gems today, baby. Yeah, and then too, I wrote this down. Most couples solve the surface issue instead of the nervous system pattern. Like we talk about, true, yeah. They stay on the surface level instead of really getting down.
I was a surface girl. I don't need to go deeper. Ain't nothing here to see.
You was a surface girl.
I was. I mean,
she was, good people. She used to always tell me, "Hey, it ain't always deeper." And I'm like, "Babe, there's something deeper driving that." Now we understand that the habit, like that. Most people understand their habits, but they don't understand the pattern. See, I always say it like this. The habit is what we can really see because that's the behavior, right? You can tell, oh, I need to stop hollering. I need to stop, whatever that is, we can see that. But it's the pattern that's driving the behavior that you got to get down to. So that's how we would answer that first question, I would think. You just got to kind of slow yourself down, recognize your patterns, and just understand you're not arguing with your spouse. Right. You're not arguing with another person. Yeah. It's two nervous systems and two different stories about that experience. So, yeah, anything else you want to add to that? That's it. Okay. And listen, this is a live Q&A. If you see this replay, hit us up with the email with your questions. If you jump on the live, tap in, ask your questions. We want to hear from you. All right. So question number 2, babe. Go ahead. I'm going to let you read the question.
How do we rebuild intimacy when life feels stressful?
Ooh, that's a big one.
Yeah. Intimacy is important.
It is. And then listen to the question that they asked. How do we rebuild intimacy? So to me, that insinuates that they had intimacy.
Oh, yeah.
And then it also says when life feels stressful. So to me, that insinuates that the intimacy fades only during pressure moments of life. Yeah. So they're really asking, how do we rebuild intimacy when life feels stressful, right? So I would say intimacy starts with emotional safety. Y'all hear us talk about that all the time, right? So to answer that, I would say when life starts to feel stressful or pressure moments, you got to be able to walk yourself through those moments with grace, right? Because if you don't, those emotions are going to land somewhere. Like y'all hear us say that all the time, right? And they normally land with your spouse. So if there's no emotional safety, intimacy is going to be hard to create. When you say, how would you answer that? Like, what would you do to rebuild? So the first thing, let me answer it straight on. I would build emotional safety.
Yes.
Some type of way, try to create that emotional safety. So would you?
And again, are you arguing about what's causing the stress? Yeah. Like if you're in arguments all the time because you're stressed out, that's a major turn off.
Yeah.
you're not going to be turned on and want to do anything at that point. So, you got to work through the stress.
Yeah.
Is it self-inflicted, first of all?
Yeah.
I mean,
real talk.
Are you self-inflicting stress? Or is it really like the environment right now that, you and your spouse are in? No,
man, that's real because stress changes how you interact with your spouse.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't have to be for the worst, but when you feel a certain way, you're going to have to regulate your body and regulate your emotions through that. So that's going to change. You know, when you're going through high pressure moments as an individual, then you have to bring that to a couple. You really got to be able to regulate through that, or the intimacy does die. Because think about it. If you're really going through pressure, you ain't trying to touch nothing. You ain't trying to rub up against nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you like, man, get off me. I'm in my own head.
Right.
So you really got to create that emotional safe place. What else would you say? Would you say, you know, try to connect before correction or something? Because, you know, sometimes
explain correction.
In times past, because you know how I am, instead of me trying to connect instantly, I try to solve the problem instantly or try to correct the problem instead of try to connect. So just kind of talk a little bit about that from your end. Like, connection is more important than trying to solve the problem.
I mean, that's true. Yes.
Yeah.
That's like, I don't know, you know, our little saying, like, if we ever get into something and it's still a little bit of tension there.
Yeah.
And I'll do my little movie line.
What's the movie line, man? What's the movie line?
You know, you got to be reminding me, baby.
Hey, melts me every time. Oh, I do
so
it.
You have to break down that wall. And maybe it's breaking down the wall first, which is a part of connection. You know?
No, real talk.
I mean, just to be able to open that space up.
No, real talk. So that's how we will answer that. I mean, I hope that really answered it. So the real answer is you got to build that intimacy, right? Emotional safe place.
Yeah.
Right? You got to have a safe place for your emotions to land, or you're not going to feel like connected intimacy. You know, you're not going to feel like having sex or doing anything sexual with your partner if you don't create that emotional safe place, right? So you got to do that. Anything else you want to add to that? Okay. That's question number 2. We moving along. Drop your questions below or email us, man. All right. Question number 3. How do we stop fighting about money? I'm gonna let you go first on this one, man. You know, how do we stop? This is another question. Like I said, we want to answer some of your biggest questions.
Yeah.
So these questions that we're answering today, these are some of the biggest questions that we get all the time from different couples. They just word them differently. So we just thought we'll sum them up and just ask them. So
I mean, I would say, I guess, kind of first, again, it goes back to patterns. I would say, like, how did you see money when you were, I guess, you know, what is that?
Growing up, first 7 years.
First 7 years. And so that shapes a lot of people, and they don't know it. Like, I didn't know I was shaped by that. Like, it took some work to really dig into that and figure out, why do I see money this way? Why do I feel stressed in this situation about money? You know, so first of all, it's definitely pattern recognition.
Yeah, man. I agree. I don't have nothing else to add to that. It is money pattern recognition. You got to recognize your own money patterns because, like I said, your money fights are not between you and your partner. They're between two nervous systems who experience money differently, and they're telling two different money stories, right? So like wifey said,
I experienced in my first 7 years, I would say, you know, I did not come from a wealthy family, and I experienced lack, you know, and stress around money issues. So I definitely had that in my life, and it's still something I have to work on.
Yeah, no, that's real. And then, like I said, I grew up around entrepreneurship, right? So I saw money, I saw businesses. So my response to money is just a little bit different. But over 27 years, we had to figure that out, because we was doing this every time we mentioned the budget or talk about money, because she would say something that would trigger my nervous system. And then I would feel like, she don't see the vision. She ain't with it. She ain't really trying to make money like that. She's just trying to work her whole life. That sound familiar, good people? So, but that wasn't the case. Her nervous system just experienced money differently than mine. When we start having those open conversations and really digging down to that, man, the money conversations change. It went from all the hollering and screaming and our body tensing up to really having adult money conversations and changing our money. So listen, learning your spouse, I'm gonna say this, learning your spouse's nervous system language is huge. So I'm just gonna say that, because everything in life got a language. Y'all heard me say that. So you got to learn your spouse's nervous system language. So how do you stop fighting about money? Just what we just said.
Recognize your own. It always starts self-reflection. Recognize your own pattern first, and then if your spouse is still struggling, give them grace in that area.
Yeah, give them grace and just be open and honest. Talk about your feelings with your spouse. Look, I grew up around this.
Right.
So when I say this is what I mean. Like, you really got to explain that to your spouse, because effective communication is not just you expressing yourself. Effective communication is expressing yourself in a way where it lands and your spouse understands. Because if I express myself and she don't understand it, did I really communicate effectively? Right. Or did I just say something? Anyway, all right. Question number 4, babe. Question number 4. Go ahead.
How do you support your spouse when one wants to become an entrepreneur and the other wants stability?
It's a big one, man. Listen, I just talked about this on the Soul Truth Spotlight with our first guest. Him and his spouse was going through that. And so I would say my answer to that is, how do you support your spouse when one wants to be? Did we kind of go through that?
Oh yeah.
Kind of a little bit, because I came from entrepreneurship. So how do you support your spouse when one wants to become an entrepreneur? You can talk more about that, because you had to support the entrepreneur, because I was an entrepreneur. And so you had to find ways to support me doing that when you came from something else.
Well, I think first and foremost, the person with stability to me would be the person that's like, okay, we got to make sure we have money to cover our bills. And when a person that is better with stability, here's entrepreneur, that means that other person ain't gonna be making money for a while. That's literally, I'm just telling you, that's what the other person hears. So y'all really have to have some great communication too.
So slow that down real quick. You said, like, me as an entrepreneur. Yeah. So when we first got married, when you heard me say, man, we entrepreneurs, I'm gonna do this and that, what you heard was, oh, okay, man, we gonna be broke for a while.
How are we gonna make money? How long is it gonna take to start making money?
Got you.
I mean, that's important. It is important. I mean, especially if you have children. I mean, you have to make sure you at least have your basic necessities covered.
No. Yeah, man, that's real. That's real. And kind of what I said in the Soul Truth Spotlight, making you feel safe. So over the years, have I made you feel safe doing this entrepreneur journey? Because we've always been entrepreneurs.
Right.
But like I said, you've been kind of over the years.
There's times that it would be just a miscommunication. Like, it would be that, I hear you say one thing and I feel like you're wanting to do it immediately.
Got you.
In my mind, that's panic mode, because we don't got the money immediately.
Yeah.
So it wasn't necessarily that you made me feel like that. It just was my nervous system, number one, and then number two, we weren't really communicating about how to get to that point.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing I'm getting into now. So I would say the answer is, neither person is wrong. Your partner, if they come from stability, they're not wrong. They're trying to lock it down, try to provide for the family in the way that their nervous system knows how. You're not wrong. But like she said, talking about it,
having a plan. What is the plan? Really, like, laying it all out. This is my step 1. This is my step 2. What are we going to do? How are we going to make money in the meantime? Because it's not like you could just not have any money coming in.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. So the prime example, we're going to give you a real life example from us when we first quit our jobs to start our commercial cleaning company, right? I was the first one to do it. So just talk about.
I was working a 9 to 5.
Yeah. Well, we both was. I was an ortho tech.
Right, but I'm saying you did quit first.
Yeah, I quit first. Wifey stayed on. Yes. And then after a couple of months later, then you quit.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So it's like a couple of months later, then she quit, and then we full time went into it. So that's kind of how we kind of structured it. Right. We didn't understand nervous system language back then. But we just felt like that was the best move, because wifey, like I said, her nervous system wanted stability still.
Right.
I just quit. I'm like, babe, I'm finna go out here and do it, get it on. She stayed on a couple of months, still had that stability. And then after a couple of months, we both was full-time into the business. So that's kind of how we did it. And then the rest was history. So, you know, neither person is wrong. That's how we would answer that. Y'all just have to talk about it, understand each other's nervous system language. And then I would say to the entrepreneur, make sure you have a plan. Like Wifey said, because the person that's wanting that stability, you can ease that up a little bit by actually having a plan. This is what we're going to do first. In 6 months, we should be here. And then so when you lay it out like that for a person with stability, it's a little bit easier to digest when you say, so man, we almost done. We almost done, good people. Let me see. So this the last question, man. We just want to hit on. So what's the biggest lesson we've learned after 27 years together? What would you say for you? And then I'll tell mine, and then we'll wrap it up.
Definitely recognizing our patterns, our triggers, you know, our experiences from our childhood, and how that bleeds into a relationship.
No doubt. I would have to piggyback on that as well. I would say just understanding nervous system, understanding how all that works, my brain, the amygdala, the prefrontal cortex, the hippocampus with the nervous system, the vagus nerve.
I don't know those words. He's talking big words.
Hey, I'm telling y'all, this is what I do, baby. This is what I do. But listen, pattern recognition. Let's just say it that way. I told y'all, listen, my gift is what? Translation. I'm able to take complex information and make it simple. That's why Wifey said big word. So let's just say pattern recognition. That's been the biggest lesson that I've learned.
And that didn't happen for us until
so probably about 5-6 years ago. Yeah, real talk. Probably about 5 or 6 years ago. So 20-something years in, I mean, of course we learned other lessons, how to communicate better.
Biggest one.
And then, man, I would say another one, probably one. That's 1A, and I would say 1B for me was probably really honing in on the speaker listening technique. Even though we've been knowing that for years, we've been doing that throughout our marriage for years.
Right.
But I would say probably the last 5 or 6 years, we've really been like, when we get into it, we'll go to our neutral corner. Like literally, like we'll go to our corners, calm down. So what I heard you say, and then we start having that open dialogue after we regulate. So I would say those two things are probably the biggest things for me, man. So listen, good people, we just wanted to jump on here, answer your biggest questions. If you still got questions, email us. What's the email?
The THA married life 23@gmail.com.
Yeah, and listen, if this conversation helped you recognize some patterns or help you see yourself, hey, this is what the products are for. This is what my one-on-one Soul Truth Power Session is for. I can help you walk through those patterns using our 5R framework. So email me, flthalifecoach@gmail.com, or click that link in the bio, man, for those digital products. So listen, babe, that all you got to say today? Looking like a snack, boy. Y'all lucky we stayed on her.
My hair is tripping.
So
Next week I might not have no hair.
Yeah, man, because Wifey been talking about cutting it out. So listen, man, that is the Married Life Show today. If you see this replay, drop your questions in the comment or email us your questions. We want to hear from you. And every so often, we probably just do a live Q&A like this, man, where we want to hear from y'all and just talk about it. Because y'all looking at 27 years, good people. Damn near 3 decades. Yeah, man, we done been through it. Been up through there. You feel me? So, hey, if that's it, this the Married Life. Y'all know where to find us next week. 2:30 p.m., brand new episode. Or we go live like this every Sunday, 9 a.m., brand new episode of Soul Truth Sunday. This Sunday, I'm in clinic with Dr. Ford. We're going to continue the conversation on what it really means to be free. So you don't want to miss that. Every last Monday of every month, Soul Truth Spotlight. That's why I give away 1 free coaching session. So if you want to enter to win that, just email me, flthalifecoach@gmail.com. Tell me your biggest pressure area in your life, right? Is it that your health, your money, your relationships, your identity? And are you willing to go live on the spotlight and be coached, baby? So if that's you, hit me up. Anything else? Man, that is it. So listen, until next time, good people, this the Married Life. I'm FL, founder of the Dirty BU Network. It's my Boo-Thang right here. What's your name, babe?
Chandra.
And until next time, listen, y'all have a great day. Happy Tuesday to you, baby.